You can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. Only you can. Okay, it's time to go live. It's time to go live. Hello and welcome to the United Stand. What a day! Tuesday here in the UK, so it's probably Tuesday for most of the rest of the world as well. But I always say that Monday for me is the worst day of the week. Tuesday doesn't normally bother me, but a lot of people don't like it. And judging by some of the meltdowns we've seen on Twitter today, which we'll discuss later, a lot of you obviously don't like Tuesday either. Defending Arsenal, unbelievable. We'll talk about that in a minute. First of all, Gabriel Barbosa potentially going to sign for Manchester United. Big hints that he will sign for Manchester United. What a signing he would be for Manchester United, I must just say first of all. I need to get your live comments open so I can multitask. Women say men can't do it, but we can. I'm just about to prove them wrong. But Gabriel Barbosa, let me be 100% honest with you from the very off. Gabriel Jesus was somebody we've spoken about on the United Stand quite a little bit. Decent looking player, he's gone to Man City. If I was to pick, and you can look back over the videos of the summer, Barbosa is the one you would take out of any of them. He is. He is the next star of Brazilian football. He is the one that everybody wants. There's no guarantee he will be the next star, but if you were going to pick them, it would be Barbosa. It wouldn't be Jesus. Gabriel Jesus could do quite well, but Barbosa would be the one you would take from Santos. 19 years of age, about to turn 30 at the end of this month. Can pretty much play anywhere along the front three. Probably more of a forward. Scores goals for fun. He's doing really well in the Olympics for anybody watching that. Hopefully Laura Trott wins tonight. But yeah, if you were going to pick any young Brazilian to sign, it would be Barbosa. And you can watch the videos back about that. It's nothing to do with we missed out on Jesus or anything like that. He is the one to go for. I can't read your name out there. Potalimi24 says, I'm not that enthused by Barbosa. He doesn't look that thick. All I can say is I've watched him since he was about 3. I've watched every game he's played. He's fantastic. I'm joking. Nobody will have watched him that much. But I've seen probably about a handful of games of him, but the reality is you take it on the basis of the scouts and the people who know Brazilian football and know the future of Brazilian football, and Barbosa is the one. I'm amazed that he's not going to go to Barcelona or Italy because that's where the best South American strikers seem to go these days. The fact that we look like we're front of the queue to get him is encouraging. I'm not going to say it's going to happen. I know we've said Pogba done deal, Bay done deal, Mkhitaryan done deal, and Mbolo, which we got wrong, I'll admit that, but I'm not going to say Barbosa's a done deal because I've not been told it by anybody. I've not read it anywhere that I would trust. The reality is, I'll summarise, The Sun, Manchester Evening News, Metro, Mirror. Not people I would hang my hat on that there's a deal going to be done, if I'm totally honest. Express, people like that. Not credible at all. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but I wouldn't be going mad that this is a deal that's going to happen. I hope it will happen. I think it's a good deal, but I totally and utterly believe and sort of agree with what a lot of the comments box is saying here about what does it mean for Rashford. That was one of the first things I tweeted to them. We'll get onto Twitter in a minute. Ridiculous some of the stuff we've had on Twitter today, but new ratings are out for FIFA, ? Says Ging. We'll talk about that in a moment for you because I will be getting FIFA 17. But I do worry about Rashford slightly. Because I wanted to see him play games. Even if he gets 5 minutes, he makes a difference in a game. He's good enough. He's British. He's from our youth system. Rashford should be numero 1 in getting game time over the likes of Barbosa or anything like that. I haven't seen enough of Barbosa, but from what I've seen, Rashford is top notch. He's up there with Martial, who I rate a lot. So Rashford should not be being suppressed by anybody. If you bring Barbosa in, we've got Zlatan, Rashford, Barbosa, Martial. They're the front 4. I believe, you know what? You should have a front 4. We're going to be shooting on a lot of different levels, hopefully for the Premier League, FA Cups. People will get injured, suspended. So 4 is fine. And the great thing about Barbosa, Martial and Rashford is they don't just play where Zlatan plays. They can play right or left. I believe we need a right-sided midfielder. I was hoping it was going to be Lozano or Adamunis from Monaco, Bordeaux. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. So if we bring Barbosa in, it's probably an attacking player I didn't think we were going to bring in. So I would bite the hands off at this deal. Get commenting, let us know what you think. Mark says, Lil Troll, Fellaini just played one good football game. What I remember, he has some good games last year against Everton, against Bournemouth, against Liverpool. Fellaini fan. We don't want to talk about that. Adam G, Fan TV. We will be live on Fan TV. I think Dan and Chris from the United Stand are going to be on live, but I'm going to go over there live straight after this. So all you've got to do is follow us from the video description where we've got the link to that. I think it's second paragraph down. We'll take you straight to that video, so don't worry about that. Winter has come, says Frast77. We've sort of moved on from that, but is the sun reliable? Should we all have a laugh about that? Liverpool fans will tell you about that. Apparently it was Liverpool fans' fault. Mashuan says if Gabby Gold comes, I hope Rooney goes. That's not going to happen. Edgar Mark, let Rashford learn from Zlatan first, then he becomes number 9. I wouldn't disagree with that. Fellaini to Sunderland, done deal, says Abdus. Yeah, we can dream. Mark, Jose said Fellaini's a key player in his plans. Why are you all talking about Fellaini? I haven't told this video, I haven't called it the Fellaini chat. I don't want to talk about Fellaini. Ridwan, why Barbosa? Well, Barbosa is tipped to be the next big thing for Brazilian football. Doesn't mean he will be, but I think if United can do that sort of signing, again, it's a reflection of what Jose Mourinho brings to Manchester United. We wouldn't be making these signings. Nadim, Mark is 19, not 30. I never said he was 30. I said he's 19. He's going to turn 20 at the end of this month. He's a good player, yes, but Rashford is better, says Jason Braithwaite. I wouldn't say better, but I think Rashford's one of the best players in world football, and he's as good as, so why? How good is that Gabriel Jesus, says Ento Bico. Gabriel Jesus is a good player. I'm not going to diss him, but Barbosa is the better talent, and I would have said that before. I thought Barbosa would go to Barcelona or Inter Milan. I never thought he'd be coming to England. I thought we might have a chance of Gabriel Barbosa, not because we've lost out to City. He is the better one. I'd be really excited by him. If you've not seen him, he's quite quick, he's skillful, but he's a very good finisher. I think he's sort of Ronaldo-esque, the fat one, not the good one. So yeah, very excited about that. I did say 30, says Football and FIFA. I'm sorry about that. You can't go from 19 to 30. It'd be ridiculous. And a world record. FIFA 17, Man United ratings. Let's talk about that from Hassan. My understanding of FIFA 17 ratings are that they're very good. They're very favourable for Manchester United this year. Even Schweinsteiger's 86. I think Fellaini's like 70-something. Jose, wake up. I'm only joking. But Zlatan and De Gea in the 90s. And then we've got Bay, who's 82, which I think is fantastic considering he's only come from Villarreal to Manchester United. 82 is really good. The squad setup is basically between 80 and 90, apart from Zlatan and De Gea, who are into the 90s. So it's a very strong team. For anyone who plays FIFA, it's been quite annoying playing as Manchester United for the last 2 or 3 years. We've been pretty slow and boring. This team is very good. Mkhitaryan, I think, is 87. Martial's quite low. I think Martial's like 82 or something, which is quite low for him. But he's got pace. Very excited to get the game. Can't wait to play it. And it's going to be exciting having a United team that's exciting as well. Geely Jolie says, Mark, would Barbosa inhabit Rashford's progress? Potentially he would, however, he can play on the left, right and up front, just like Rashford and Martial can. He's probably more going to hinder Memphis's progress, which I was talking about today. I said it's quite sad that Schweinsteiger and Darmian are clearly going to be sold when we only signed them last year, and it's flippant and it reminds me of Real Madrid. But a few of you replied on Twitter quite sensibly and said, but these aren't Jose's signings. If they're not part of his plan, he needs to get rid of them. Remember, Memphis isn't one of Jose's signings. Barbosa signing could be worse for Memphis than it is for Rashford. Rashford's clearly part of Jose's plans. However, I will stand by what I said. I didn't want any player from last summer who we signed to be going this year. Schweinsteiger, Memphis, Schneidlin, Darmian, especially. I wanted them to be given a second chance under a proper manager. But unfortunately, it looks like Darmian and Schweinsteiger won't be. Barbosa comes in and Memphis might need to be a little bit worried, but we'll see. Since when were they released, says XR Snipers? About an hour ago, about 6:30 UK time. Mark, is Rashford the next Messi? I don't know about that. Riley Wincott wants a shout out. I tell you what, how's about sharing the United Stand video and getting more viewers on? It's a really weird thing. I could talk about social media and YouTube and everything like that, but as soon as the season starts, the viewing figures go down compared to what they've been when it starts. It's really, really weird. We typically have 1,500 people watching. We've got 700 exactly, so it halves. It's really weird when the season starts, when you've got more to talk about, but there you go. Barbosa in for Young, says Dragon Gaming 1. I've heard that a lot. I don't know whether we're selling Ashley Young. I think we'll have a very big difficulty to sell Ashley Young, like a lot of clubs at the moment. You know, you can say sell Young, sell Jones, sell Rojo, but who's going to buy him? They're on big wages. Ashley Young's on £120,000 a week. Who's going to pay him that when did he sign that new contract last summer as well? Very, very difficult to get rid of Ashley Young on them wages. This is the flip side of giving players who aren't good and who aren't that first team players massive, massive contracts. Shaw is 80, Darmian 81, says Tommy Herald on FIFA. Yeah, I rate Darmian. I'm not going to listen to him being slagged off, but Shaw is better. I agree. Thoughts on United potentially signing an FM god at Mark? The important people are still here. Yes, the hardcore United stand army is still here. Remember, we've got a watch along on Friday, and we will be going across to Fan TV in about 12 minutes. Everyone's watching Man City, Mark, says Banana Man 1. Well, if there's 700 United fans watching Man City, that's about 690 more than there are City fans. You never read any comments, says Ento Biko. I've read 2 of yours now. Mark, we got to get much midfielders. Where is Mkhitaryan going to fit in? Interesting. Watch along on Friday. Alex Glover, spot on. 8 o'clock kickoff UK time. 7 o'clock United stand. And we'll have this up and running so that you will know the team lineup for the first hour. That's not the team lineup, that's just our new tiki-taka we're going to be using, which I'll leave for now. Let's get into the interesting stuff that I was talking about at the start before. I have had a couple of drinks tonight as well, which some people don't like, but there you go. United Stand Ultra, says Zark. Okay, let's start off. Couple of things. First of all, a tweet went out today saying that those who want Fonte, which I don't because he's 33 in December, never played for a decent club and played most of his career in the Championship, and I want a centre-back who's going to challenge our 2 first choice, which is Smalling and Bailly. I don't think Fonte even challenges Blind. Something went out saying that last season Fonte had the second most interceptions or blocks behind Koscielny. They tweeted it out as a reason to sign Fonte. So I said, what does that mean? Koscielny's crap, Arsenal centre-back. Now, what I expected, and the reason I did it for a little bit of a dab, because a lot people are under a misunderstanding here. I don't run the Manchester United Stand Twitter account. I have access to it, I tweet now and again, but I don't run it. So it's not always me. I did tweet this out though. What I expected was the normal Arsenal fan army to suddenly come out and start having a go at me. What I didn't expect was a load of Manchester United fans to come on. I'm just setting up for Fan TV here. A load of Manchester United fans to come on and basically have a meltdown because I said an Arsenal centre-back was crap. It's there, it's in black and white. What can't speak, can't lie. Everybody was having an absolute pop, well, on Twitter, at me for saying Koscielny's crap. I'm Mark Goldbridge, for those who don't know who I am. I'm not the United Stand. The United Stand will always be about opinion, but if you want my opinion on Laurent Koscielny, he plays in an absolutely rubbish, bottling, spineless centre-back partnership and defence, and has done for years, and he's been a key part of that bottling, spineless defence for years. He's the French Phil Jones as far as I'm concerned. I think Laurent Koscielny is crap, and I wouldn't have him anywhere near Manchester United. I wouldn't put him ahead of Blind, Rojo. I would put him ahead of Rojo. Blind, Bailly or Smalling. No way. And to actually be attacked on Twitter by Manchester United fans saying, you don't know what you're on about, Koscielny's a decent centre-back, he's better than anything we've got. I was flabbergasted. Me as Mark Goldbridge, not as the United Stand, I was flabbergasted that, one, what's happened to our support, that they are bigging up Arsenal centre-backs or even Arsenal players, and 2, saying they're better than what we've got. I mean, what's happened? What has happened to this? Manchester United, loyalty to what we are, bigging up Arsenal fans, bigging up Arsenal players. What's that all about? I mean, maybe it's just Twitter. I mean, Twitter can be a bit odd, but unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable that people would say Koscielny and defend him against United. Unbelievable. But put him against better than any of our defence. Are you having a laugh? That Arsenal team is a bunch of spineless losers. I wouldn't have any of them in our team. There's one player I'd take from Arsenal, Alexis Sanchez. The rest of them, Ozil, we nearly signed him, I admit, but he's a big game bottler. And the rest of them, they're just bottling, spineless people. I don't want anywhere near him. Bailly's been our signing of the summer so far. Obviously, Zlatan and Pogba are on a different class, but Bailly just epitomises Manchester United. No shit, no nonsense, straight in there, passion on his shirt. Brilliant. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So, yeah, I think I'm getting a message here from Fan TV. Let me just message them. Okay, might be ending this in a minute. The video description to Fan TV is in the video description, so just move over for the 800 who are watching. There's a load of you on here. I don't care. You know what? I've had a couple of drinks. I've admitted that. Screw the United stand. This is Mark Goldbridge. Anybody... there's somebody here. Jin K's Kachoni is great. I tell you what, I'm old school. You know I'm over 30. I don't buy into this modern shit. If you're into it, fine. You know what? Fair dues. But I don't buy into this, oh, you should stand up and appreciate players from other clubs. If they're decent, yeah, but Koscielny, come on. I would not have him at Manchester United. I genuinely wouldn't. There's not an inch of me that would have him. If you would have him, that's fine. Keep your gob shut. Just keep it quiet. Don't start arguing with a United fan about wanting an Arsenal centre-back. Have some bloody respect for yourself. I don't care if you think he's good. That's fine. That's your opinion. But don't start arguing with United fans about wanting Arsenal players. Have a word with yourself. Go and sit in a little corner and realise what you've just done. I'm bawling out a United fan, a fellow United fan, to say we should sign an Arsenal centre-back who's better than anything we've got. The Arsenal fans will be lapping that up. Have some respect. Have some respect. And as for shouting out, oh, it's all right to shout out fellow players from other clubs. Rubbish. I ain't going to shout at Suarez because he's an idiot. He might be a good player, but he's an absolute cretin. I wouldn't have him at my club. I'm not going to shout out any Liverpool player because they play for Liverpool. The same goes for City. No. We might be on a different page. It's all about opinion. But I ain't shouting out fellow clubs. No way. No way. Unless they're not a rival, no way. And that's just the way it works. Why are you leaving so early? I'm leaving. I'm not leaving. What a day. Tuesday here in the UK, so it's probably Tuesday for most of the rest of the world as well. But I always say that Monday... I've hit something by mistake. I'm not leaving anyway. I'm on the United stand still, thank God for that. I'm going over to Fan TV live in about 3 or 4 minutes, but... I've got to chill it out a bit. I've got to chill out a little bit. But it's not early. I've done the show a little bit early because we're going over to Fan TV. Dan and Chris from the United Stand are in the Fan TV studio. I'm going to be Skyping in on the actual screen. The video link description is in the second paragraph, so just move over. Powell19, you're an idiot. Surely you respect players who are good at football. I don't respect Luis Suarez. He's good at football. Why should I respect Luis Suarez, who racially abused one of our best ever players? No, it doesn't work like that. If you're a real fan of a club, in my mind, not the United Stand, Mark Goldbridge, if you're a real club fan of Manchester United, then that's where it begins and ends. And I tell you what, the Koscielny thing isn't even an argument. I just don't rate him. I don't rate him. You can say, and people have done it on Twitter to me today, they've been shouting on Twitter to me, which I can live with. It's fine. I love fan opinion. I'm just baffled by people who want to argue with me, a Manchester United fan, to tell me that Laurent Koscielny is better than every defender we've got at Manchester United. You know what? I would even lie just to not let Arsenal get one up on us, and I would even lie and say Phil Jones is better than Koscielny because that's what I think of him. But there we go. I always say how it is. I'm baffled. I tell you about Laurent Koscielny because I used to play centre back at quite a decent level. His positional sense is rubbish, absolutely rubbish. If he was a virgin, when he's meant to be having sex, he'd be doing it in the mouth because he's that far off possessional sense. And as for this, the amount of blocks he's done, Scott Parker. I've used this argument so many times. Scott Parker went to the Euros ahead of Michael Carrick because of his last-ditch tackles. Michael Carrick doesn't do last-ditch tackles because his positional sense means he doesn't need to. The reason the likes of Koscielny are doing last-ditch tackles is because their positional sense is rubbish. And how many mistakes does he make? And how many times has he played for a team that is spineless? And as a centre-back, that is your spine of your team. So for any Manchester United fan who thinks that Koscielny is better than Smalling, Bailly and Blind, you're having an absolute laugh. And that's not even club loyalty. You're having a laugh. A real laugh. But that's my opinion. There was something else that happened on Twitter today that I've totally forgot. I think I'm going to have to kill this and go over to the live TV thing actually anyway because it's going to start in about 2 minutes. But we'll take it on over to there and I'll take a deep breath and we'll see what happens. So the link to the Fan TV is in the video description. I will be live on there very shortly, probably in about 2 or 3 minutes. I've really enjoyed this. I would have carried on. JP McCulley's telling me to stop it and chill out because this might be kids watching. I'm sorry if there are. I know I'm a bit earlier tonight, but I'm going on to Fan TV. It's free to watch, yes. It's on YouTube. The link description is in the second paragraph of the video description. I think it's going to be quite interesting. I'll see you on there in a couple of minutes. United stand tomorrow night. Must just say, United stand tomorrow night, 8:30. We're doing our live previews now, so you'll get things like this. Watch. I'll be on the screen, but I'll also be going, hello, we're talking about Southampton on Friday. This is my team. That isn't my team. Pogba's in it, but you know what I mean. So don't miss 8:30 tomorrow night. But chill out. I'm not chilling out. Go over to the United stand. Go to the link to the description for Fan TV. It's in the video description. I'll see you there in a couple of minutes. Game on with everybody else. See you shortly. Thanks for watching. Sorry if I...